Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
You are
Good morning.
at the end of this proficiency module, and today is the last day of your proficiency module. This is the last class under this proficiency module. Since we are about to finish this proficiency module, I'll be asking a simple question. Okay. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got the question? What does proficiency mean? We are about to finish this module. Anyone? No one.
Sir, can I tell?
Sure, sure.
Sir, I think it is the capability of gaining the basic knowledges about engineering, like how to draw graphs or the errors in calculation, how to calculate things or how to measure things more accurately, reducing the errors, all the basic knowledges that
Those
are
things
required
was
for
taught.
an
Those things
engineer.
was taught. That means the
Sir,
proper
one word. Sir,
just let me complete the reply of the students who have already answered. So तुम्हारा मतलब यही है, स्किल सेट सिर्फ एमसीकेवी में पढ़ने वाले को होंगे क्योंकि उन लोगों ने मॉड्यूल का क्लास किए हैं, एंड जो एट्रीब्यूट्स तुम लोगों ने बताया अभी, मतलब तुमने बताया ये प्रोफिशिएंसी, मतलब प्रोफिशिएंसी के लिए ये सब होना चाहिए, मतलब बाकी लोगों का प्रोफिशिएंसी नहीं है.
No, sir, proficiency in
सिंपल
is in
मतलब
every field.
yes, सिंपल
The
मतलब
basic skills
General
of any field.
anyone else?
general skill.
sir, in one word, proficiency means the skillful people.
Proficiency means they're the skilled man or skilled person.
The skillful people.
Any other idea? Okay, I'm not going to give you the topic of definition of the proficiency. It means the high degrees of skills or the expertizations on a any topic is called the proficiency. So this is the copybook definition, but I'm going to realize you what that proficiency mean. Am I audio is fine because on my screen I can see my audio quality.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are also.
Okay, fine. So now let's have a look. This is a lady sunbird, and you can see they are having some bent beaks and a tongue is coming out from the beaks, and they don't have any hands. They don't have any other organs to survive in this world. So this is the lady one, and you know how they are picking out their foods from the flowers. Okay. Okay, guys, when you are not, asking any question, unmute yourself and mute yourself immediate after your question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the male sunbird, and it is also looks beautiful. Okay. And here is how they have set their skill set to picking up the foods from the deep inside of the flower. Fine. So this is about the story of the sunbird. But I'm going to ask another question. I'm going to show you the another bird, which is called the spotted munia, or sometimes it's called the calibrest spotted munia. Okay, so I'll be showing you a video. They try to remember when they are going to have a baby and they are trying to make their own home called nest. They don't have any hands, but how they do it generally, or how they can do it, you can't imagine. But I'll be showing you a, this is called time log video, through which you'll be able to see how they are making their nest without their hands, but they are stitching their nest with a very nice way. Okay, so let's have a look on that. little bit juddering will be there because you are watching that video on Zoom. So it depends upon your internet speed. And here the Zoom can only transfer 10 FPS or 15 FPS of maximum frame rate. So you can get a little bit juddering-ish video over there. Okay. They are picking up the leaf one by one, and they begins to stitch the leaves. Okay, so they have completed their nest and they are ready to keep the eggs over there. Look at this nest, how nice it is. And they finally made it with the help of their beaks only. No other organism was there, and they could able to do it. Okay, so let them enjoy their life. I'll not be interfering anymore, but I'll be watching on another birds, which is this is called hornbill. So they have said it. They could not. I mean, this hornbill was in hurry. So they, he could not able to make their own nest. So they did the engineering. Engineering means the things are there, but you need to collect the things in such a way that your job can be done. So in Hindi, it is called engineering is nothing but जुगाड़. तो जुगाड़ तो इसने कर लिया है. ये मिट्टी का पॉट था, उसको ही नेस्ट बना दिया. उसके अंदर एक देने के बाद उसको रख दिया क्योंकि टू प्रोटेक्ट फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल प्रेडेटर्स. वो क्या किया, उसका मुंह जो था, उसका जो ओपनिंग्स जो था, दैट वाज sealed by some marks, and that was, later on it was very hardened. And then the problem is when they are trying to feed their birds, so they are just unable to do it because it was very small. And when they are giving their nut shells to feed their babies, तो वो वहाँ से जा नहीं रहा था because the opening is so small. तो हर बार वो नीचे गिर रहा था, ज्यादा मतलब जितना अंदर जा रहा था उससे कई गुना ज्यादा बाहर निकल, मतलब वो गिर पड़ रहा था. And then I'll be showing you when the bird was, the parent bird was gone for the hunting the new nut shells after feeding their babies. The babies was grown up and trying to escape out from these nets, and because they are hungry and still they are unable to get any food inside this nest, so they are trying to use their beaks to break this shell. And finally when they are trying to coming out from this shell, so your ordinary physics says their body weight is much heavier than their beaks. So if they are trying to come out from this nest, now it is a nest, then how it is possible? The physics will not allow to come out this bird, but they don't, they did not study the Newtonian physics and all those things. Then how they can come out? So just look at this, how they have engineered themselves. So they have not studied about the center of mass, center of gravity. So stone was there outside and the bird was watching how the problem can be solved. And immediately he decided he'll try to hold this heavier stone outside of this and try to escape out from this nest, because that was their problem and they have to solve it without fail. And they are trying to escape out from this nest to get their foods, which is already scattered outside. Okay, and finally that bird was able to escape out from this nest. So this is called skill set to survive. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You cannot get the smooth video because the Zoom is unable to play the 60 FPS video. It will take some time. Okay, so it was stuck. I'll be moving to the next slide. Okay, let's have a look on this. Okay, so I think you have already gone through so many times of that story. So this is the thirsty cow story. I mean, sorry, the thirsty crow story.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what is the moral of the story? Anyone?
Where
Where
there
there
is
is
a
a will, there is a way.
always pay off.
But that is the story which was, told you in your nursery level. But the same story when you will study again at this engineering level, then what you should learn from it. इससे मतलब तुम्हारा खुद का मतलब निकालना होगा. सिर्फ व्हील होने से ही तो नहीं होता है ना, और सिर्फ पानी से पेट नहीं भरता.
work hard to get success. Sir,
Yes.
never give up.
यस, ये भी सही है.
Sir, we can say
Sir, out of the box thinking.
Yes, that is the correct thing. That means when you are having some problems and there is no such known way out, कोई मतलब हम लोग का ऑलरेडी जाना पहचाना कोई रास्ता हम लोग को नहीं है, कोई भी राह नहीं दिख रहा है, तब हम लोग को क्या करना पड़ेगा? जुगाड़ करना पड़ेगा. सिंपल सा चीज है जुगाड़ का मतलब जो है दैट इज इंजीनियरिंग करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, बट ये जो स्टोरी तुमको सुनाया गया है दैट वाज ए सिंपल स्टोरी. और ऐसा स्टोरी जैसे कि हम लोगों ने अभी मैंने बताया, you have said the moral what it was said in your nursery level. And now look at this. I'll be showing you another crisis of physics, you can say. This crisis is for whom? Why a mango falls from a tree? कोई बता पाओगे? Who is
Due to
responsible?
Because of gravity.
Due to gravitation.
Due to
center of gravity.
Due to center of gravity. Not agreed. Okay, I say ask that question so many times to my students, and you'll be astonished to know why a mango falls from a tree. And then they was looking up
because of its weight.
because of its weight. Okay, so I'll be placed both the tree and mango to the space. So the mango and tree both are having weights, but on the space, will it be come down?
Sir, जब आम पक जाता है.
Okay, पक जाता है.
Because no one is there to support the mango, that's why it falls from the tree due to its.
Okay, my question is which one is or who is responsible? Okay, but तुम लोगों ने funny answer नहीं दिया, but just look at this picture. Who is responsible for that? Am I right?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
You said absolutely.
Yes, sir.
That means the mango comes down and it falls from the tree because of Newton. So that man is responsible for that. Is it?
So
but this man
can you
is
explain
died
why
200
Newton-
years back. Then who is responsible? Or which thing is responsible? Which phenomenon is responsible?
The gravitation.
Gravitation force.
Yes, I got the only one answer correctly. Who said gravitational force? So this force is important. Gravitation is the phenomenon. It is there everywhere. But the gravitational force due to the Earth is responsible. Okay? So whenever we learn something, we try to solve the problem in the same box. But we never think our problems out of the box. And when you are in the field of engineering, then obviously you need to answer the question and you need to listen, understand the question because of what? That is, who is responsible. And then if I say the apple or mango or banana, whatever the phenomenon, the basic phenomena which is responsible behind the falling down is same, and you need to answer in the same way. Got the point? अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो बोलो, पूछते ना पहले पुरुष করে बोलो.
Sir, repeat again.
When you learn something, you try to understand the reason behind the phenomenon so that you can solve the same type of problem. Okay? Okay. Suppose just जो story तुम लोगों ने अभी सुना है, वो प्रो का स्टोरी, तो वापस जाते हैं प्रो के पास. अब प्रो इज नॉट, he is not thirsty, he is now hungry. अभी पानी से तो पेट नहीं भरेगा, ठीक है. अभी प्रॉब्लम जो मैंने नया दे रहा हूँ, मतलब नॉट मैं नहीं दे रहा हूँ, ये प्रो फील कर रहा है, एंड यू जस्ट डू ए फेवर ऑफ दिस प्रो. तो अभी प्रो ने क्या ढूंढा, लुक एट दिस, द फूड इज देयर डीप इनसाइड द होल ऑफ ए ब्रांच ऑफ ए ट्री. अब बेटा पानी तो पीने से नहीं, मतलब पानी पीने का जो तरीका जो था, the techniques who, I mean, what he adopted over there will not be applicable over here. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
already you learned something. How to drink and how to eat, these are basically serving their requirement, same requirement, nearly same requirement, not exactly, but nearly same. But the same technique will not be applicable over here. Then what to do? Okay, any idea? अब तुम लोग इंजीनियर बनने जा रहे हो, ये प्रो का थोड़ा इंजीनियरिंग मदद कर ही दो.
Use a nearby stick to bring it up.
हाँ हाँ, yes,
Use a nearby stick
yes,
to
देखते हैं.
bring.
Yes, you are absolutely right. सही बताया. Got the point? ये सब एनिमल्स से, हम लोग एनिमल्स प्लैनेट बहुत ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, ये दिखाया जाता है, लोग इतना ज्यादा देखते हैं, क्यों? बिकॉज दे आर नॉट सो कॉल्ड, आई मीन, इंटेलिजेंट एंड डिग्री अवॉर्डेड animals, but they are having a excellent skill set. This is called proficiency in their life, and we are trying to adopt it. Got the point? I hope you understood the proficiency. What does that proficiency mean? Okay, is it clear, everybody?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope you are,
Yes, sir.
you have not got any chatur type definition, but you understood like Rancho.
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ के हम लोगों को डेफिनेशन मैदान में जब हम काम करेंगे फील्ड में, when we'll be trying to solve the problems at our field, so the definition will not work. Classroom definition will not work. Okay, so we are going to, do some engineering, and we are going to do some work in the field of engineering. So what is the, you must be thinking, sir, what you are going to teach us today? So this is here. Okay, so let's have a look on that, because except your hands and legs and eyes and all the brains, you are having only one instrument in your hand when you'll be doing engineering, that is your scientific calculator. Am I right?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you'll be doing engineering and a lot of calculations with the help of this calculator, so you need to know how to use it. And that's why today's last proficiency module is how to use scientific calculators. So I hope it will be useful for you. And before starting anything, I always used to, set up a particular mind setup that I'll be convince my student why they should learn that topic. Because if you not convinced to study something, so at the beginning you'll be totally confused to study that topic. ये मेरा मानना है. इसीलिए I always I try to convince students to learn something new, and they should understand why they should learn this thing, where it is required. Otherwise, it is very difficult to feed them. I must say feed. Okay. Okay. So if you are not, understanding anything, because our basic mode of teaching is English. So if you are not understanding some places, then हिंदी में क्वेश्चन करो, तो हिंदी में हम जवाब दे देंगे, और बंगाली में करते हैं तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. टोटली बंगाली पर्सन, तो बांग्ला কথা বলতে আমার কোনো আপত্তি নেই, and I can speak better in Bengali. But if you are asking any question in a certain language, then I'll be answering in that language only. Otherwise, I'll be talking in English only. Okay. So let's have a look on that.
Okay.
What we are going to learn today in that usage of scientific calculator. So let's have a look on today's class. So this is the overall flow of the class, which I'm just going to show you. Okay. So first of all, what is scientific calculator? And there's definitely that question is not going to come at the exam. Okay. So we should little bit, discuss on that. And why it is so important to learn how to use the calculator. So that will be discussed at the very beginning. And then definitely you are thinking, sir, we are having a calculator. Should I buy a new one? And if I need to buy a new one, then which model should I buy? So that will be discussed. Okay. And to decide this fact, which model you want to buy, you need to clarify yourself that what type of calculations you require in your field. Okay. So based on that, the model will be chosen. I'll be discuss on that. And then know your calculator. Suppose you have already got a calculator, you are already having a calculator, or maybe you are planning to buy a new one. Then you need to know how to use your calculator. So before that, know your calculator first. So get familiar with the key patterns and the functions available in the calculators, and then only I can discuss how it can be used. Okay. So knowing these basic functions, and from basic to advanced journey will be there in today's class. And finally, we'll be taking some examples. We'll be trying to solve some questions. We'll be trying to find out the value of some calculations with the help of some formulas and the calculators. So that will be done at the end of this class. So I hope you understood the flow of today's class. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is scientific calculator? Okay. So I have already told you that this thing is not going to come in the exam. So you need not to remember that thing, but you need to understand. Okay. So engineering class, when you are coming to the engineering classes, so don't try to remember all those things because you may forget. Okay. Try to learn something, try to understand something, because if you're able to do it, then this learning will be lifelong. But if you remember something that will be forgotten. Okay. So scientific calculator is capable to do some specific scientific calculations. Okay. The same word, because in that words, in these sentences, there is a little ambiguity. What does that scientific calculation mean? Okay. Can you tell me what does that scientific calculation mean? Anyone? You are going to be an engineer, so it is the one of the finest branch of science.
Calculator, it can do some research.
Well, the scientific
Hello?
calculator means it can do more
Okay.
than simple calculation than means addition, subtraction, multiple, and division more,
Wait a
and
minute.
it
Yes.
can do more calculation like log,
Okay.
derivation and integration, etc., etc.
Okay. My question was something else, which is not on the, which is there on the screen. I'm not asking that question. My question is, what is scientific calculation? I'll be talking about the calculator later on. कैलकुलेटर को हम बाद में देख लेंगे, पहले साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस को तो समझो. साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस क्या होता है?
Sir, calculation like means
कोई भी कैलकुलेशन हो.
the calculation like simple to complex.
Okay.
Some calculation which we need to analyze some scientific research.
Okay. Okay. बहुत ज्यादा सोच रहे हो ना, सिंपल से सोचो, मैं मदद करता हूँ. करने के लिए मदद, आंसर नहीं दे रहा. Okay. Okay. और
Sir, the calculator which involves science and math.
Sir, the calculator which is
साइंस
the
एंड मैथ
use.
को मतलब कनेक्ट करता है।
Sir,
साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर नहीं, हम साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर को छोड़ो अभी भाई, कैलकुलेटर को छोड़ो, ध्यान से सुनो, क्वेश्चन को अच्छे से सुनो, डोंट जंप ऑन टू द आंसर, लिसन द क्वेश्चन वेरी केयरफुली। साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस क्या होती है, बाद में कैलकुलेटर्स को हम देख लेंगे, पहले साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस को समझो। ओके, मैंने
Calculations, sir,
मैंने
calculations that involve more
Sir, the
complex formulas.
calculation based on many science.
okay, probably don't have any answer, but I'm sharing idea first and then you can answer, no issue, I'll be taking your answer. I like to
Calculations involving logarithmic or differential functions.
मतलब लॉगरिथम करेगा तो सिर्फ हो जाएगा साइंटिफिक।
To solve math.
Sir,
Problem.
addition, multiplication, subtraction, we can do with any other calculator. I mean, and
You
or
that means the
mobile
calculators, yeah, a calculators having more function than a business calculator is called scientific calculator, am I right?
Sir, a scientific calculation may be categorized as something which is involved dealing with nothing and recording data on the basis of observation from phenomenon and trying to find consolation regarding its properties or structure to try and find some new discoveries using
और कितना
previous.
लाइन से गूगल में और कितना लाइन से?
नहीं सर, ये गूगल में नहीं है।
ओके, तब तो तुम चतुर ने काटा था तुम्हें, इतना मतलब डेफिनेशन, मतलब जो बोल रहे हो हम, आई कुड नॉट आई मीन रिकलेक्टिंग व्हाट यू आर स्पीकिंग विद सो स्पीड। ओके, थोड़ा धीरे समझाओ ना, मैं थोड़ा वीक स्टूडेंट हूँ, तो मेरा हाथ छोड़ दोगे क्या? चलो बोलो अब धीरे धीरे।
স্যার বলছি একটু আগে কি বলেছেন এটা একবার বলবেন, বুঝতে পারিনি।
What does scientific calculation means? साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशन का मतलब क्या होता है, इतना समझाओ। कैलकुलेटर को हम बाद में देख लेंगे, हर बार बोल रहा हूँ, कैलकुलेटर को अभी छोड़ो, कैलकुलेशंस को समझो। साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस क्या होता है?
Sir, every calculation which includes science are scientific calculations.
Sir, calculations involving scientific formulas.
ओके ठीक है, मैं फॉर्मूला को इस बार इस लड़की को पकड़ता हूँ क्योंकि ये थोड़ा वीक लगा मुझे। ठीक है, तो क्या है ना, तुमने एक फॉर्मूला दिया, मैंने कैलकुलेट किया, और सुबह जो किया शाम में आके वही कैलकुलेशन किया, दूसरा आंसर किया, और दोपहर में कैलकुलेशन करने के बाद सोचा ठीक है नाइट में और एक बार करेंगे, तो कैलकुलेशन तीसरी बार किया तो तीसरा आंसर मुझे निकाल के आया। सो ऑल दोस कैलकुलेशन व्हाट आई डिड, इज इट साइंटिफिक? Because that calculation does not produces the same result. That means the calculation should give you a result which is reproducible. Reproducible मतलब जितना बार करो वो सेम ही देगा। Got the point? और जिस मॉडल से भी करो वो सेम ही देगा। I'll be showing you the unscientific and scientific calculation very soon on your screen, then it will be able to understand. Got the point? तो अभी जो कैलकुलेशन हम करने जा रहे हैं, जो देखने जा रहे हैं, जो रियलाइज करने जा रहे हैं, उसको साइंटिफिक क्यों कहते हैं हम लोगों को पहले समझना पड़ेगा। तब हम लोग ये जो कैलकुलेटर्स जो है हम लोगों के हाथ में जो रहता है, इसको अहमियत को समझेंगे, एंड देन विल बी एबल टू रेस्पेक्ट द कैलकुलेटर with proper usage. Proper usage means what? Suppose you are having a Apple's iPhone 14 on your hand, but you don't know how to use it. अभी तुम क्या कर रहे हो? मरे हुए स्टीव जॉब्स को बेइज्जती कर रहे हो। सच बताया ना? Not got the point? कभी कभार मेरा जोक्स भारी पड़ जाता है। Okay, the scientific calculator is capable to do thousands of mathematical functions, but you don't know how to use it. तो अभी कितना बेइज्जती तुमने इस कैलकुलेटर के साथ किया वो तो थोड़ी देर बाद पता ही चलेगा। No doubt, I'll be giving some feel good, feelings at the end of this class, so don't worry about that. Fine. So scientific calculators का पहला जो चीज़ है ये रिप्रोड्यूसिबल होना चाहिए। with some extent उसका error जो है वो कम होना चाहिए, and बहुत ही कम होना चाहिए. और ये error of calculator मतलब तुम्हारा, I mean what calculator you are having in your hand, how can you know that it is having some error limitation? Did you thought about that? What small value your calculator can handle and what maximum value your calculator can handle, you don't know. If you don't know, then how can you do a calculation? Because in your calculation sometimes you require this value, what maximum value it can handle and what minimum value it can handle. If you don't know that limitation, you cannot use your calculator scientifically, because then your answer will be different. Okay, so reproducible honi chahiye, accuracy bhi achhi honi chahiye. I'll be showing you the one calculation on the calculator. Just a minute, some students are waiting. Okay, done. Third one is waiting. Okay, fine. Let me begin it. Okay, so look at this. Can you see the calculator on the left?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's do this calculation. If you are having a calculator, then you'll be getting this answer. It is guaranteed that you'll be getting the same answer, whatever your model is. It is a not yes, it is FX991ES model. Whatever the company, if the model number is same, then the calculator internal specification will be same. Okay, so it will give you the same output. Let's have a look on this calculation. Okay, I'll be doing the same calculation on my mobile. So look at this. Okay, again a video is there. Again a 60 fps video is little annoying because it is slows down the entire speed by 1/4 because it is 15 fps zoom. So it is not, I mean, plays with the same speed. I mean, ये play तो हो रहा है मगर slow motion में हो रहा है. So I'll be skipping out that initial part. Okay, let's have the calculation. Okay, let me do this calculation on the calculator, and it is showing, look at this, it is showing even better result, same, even better. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We match up the values, both is there on the screen. Up to 2242 is, look at this. In the calculator, even I'm getting a approximate value because it is 41679 was there. So it was approximated in my calculator. It is 42. So my calculator is, sorry, my calculator on my mobile is much efficient than ordinary calculator. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I mean, कितना परसेंटेज
Yes, sir.
मेरे साथ सहमत हो? कितना प्रतिशत?
Yes, sir.
100%, sir.
देखते बट मेरे साथ कितना देर तक साथ देते हो वो तो देखा जाएगा. ओके, अभी I mean the ready question is come to us. Why do engineers use actual calculators when the mobile phones or the tablets can do the same job, even the way better than the calculator? कोई बता पाओगे? इंजीनियर लोग
Sir.
बुद्धू? Yes.
To find more accurate values.
Yes.
To avoid errors.
To avoid
less errors.
अभी तभी मैंने दिखाया वो जो I mean just I have showed that the calculators are giving you the lesser reliable value than mobile. Yes.
Sir,
So for
sir, in engineering, we use significant figure, round up figure.
okay, पिछला वाला क्लास बुरी तरीके से असर कर गया है. ठीक है, समझ गए हम. चलो.
Sir, because scientific calculator has minimum
Yes, 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 yes. बोलो और आगे बढ़े हम. Okay.
Sir, because
बोलो बोलो
no,
जल्दी.
no, sir. No, sir.
Because में अटक गए हो.
Sir, because we know we don't need so much value after decimal or
ऐसा है क्या? तब तो बिजनेस कैलकुलेटर जो पापा का दुकान में रहता है वही सही था. वो तो 100-200 में आ जाता है. Why you need to, I mean, spend more than 1K?
To find less errors.
Okay, देखते हैं. So let's see why
Sir,
is
sir,
actual calculator. Then
calculators are more user friendly than mobile calculators.
okay, देखते हैं ठीक है.
Sir,
Everything.
So they have more options.
sir, can I answer?
Yes, you may try.
Sir, for less distraction.
Yes, yes. It is the another strong point. Okay. Okay. So let's have a look on that answer. Then it will be clear to you. So calculator is ready to go and way faster than mobile. ऐसा है ना, मोबाइल में अगर मैं कैलकुलेटर यूज करना चाहता हूँ तो पहले ऐप में जाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है नहीं? मान लो ऐप ने तुमने ऑन तो कर लिया, मगर वो अभी बोल रहा है अपडेट द ऐप. इट विल डिस्ट्रक्ट योर वर्क एंड वर्क फ्लो, ठीक है नहीं? तो कैलकुलेटर ऐसा नहीं है. कैलकुलेटर हमेशा तुम्हारे लिए रेडी रहता है. एंड कैलकुलेशन स्पीड के बारे में बात करें तो कैलकुलेटर इज वर्किंग ऑन लिनक्स operating system or Linux based system, and that's why, because it is doing only the calculation job, no other backend job is working in the calculator, and that's why the speed of the calculation in calculator, real calculator or scientific calculator, is way faster than a mobile. Okay, जैसे कि मोबाइल हमेशा मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी के लिए हमेशा बताया जाता है ये way faster than anything, but at reality that feeling you cannot get. Overall, when you will be taking a calculator on your hand, you will not get the feeling of the calculator, because when you are pressing down the buttons, you need to have a feeling of tactile feelings of keyboards. So that was absent in mobile calculator. And sometimes you may skip out some key pressing on the mobile, and that thing is never happens with the real calculator. So there is a less chance to do mistake with the calculators than a mobile. So these are the reasons, but this is not the only reason. So many other reasons are also there. So categorically, these are very important, because the scientific calculator, I mean, calculation always requires a very sincere attention, and that's why the real calculator always gives you a chance to do the job in a very focused mode. Because when you'll be doing the same job in your mobile, I mean, your mom and dad and some other peoples may call you at that moment, and the total, I mean, workflow will be gone, because you can, I mean, you don't have any option to, I mean, resist the screen change on your mobile. And that thing is not happens to your calculator. So you'll be getting zero distraction. One of the students already mentioned that thing. So zero distraction is very important when you are doing a very serious scientific calculations. Okay, so that is a very important thing. And one of the vital thing which I have not focused, that is the scientific aspect. Okay, so what app you are using, so that is written in the last tick, I mean at the bottom one. Okay, the scientific calculator app which you are using in your mobile are not authenticated by any, I mean, renowned mathematical algorithm organization, and that's why you are not sure about the outcomes of this result. Okay, where all the mobiles which comes to the market as a scientific calculators, all the calculators which is basically sold in the market as a scientific calculators are basically certified by mathematical organization after checking several times of that different type of mathematical calculation, and they certifies their accuracy, and then it basically goes to you. So when you are using the scientific calculators, basically the data coming out right from your calculators are more reliable, way reliable than your mobile. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll be showing some calculation, then it will be very clear to you. Okay. Just a minute. I'll be going back to the last points. Okay. Okay. So every calculator, I said it is scientific calculator means it is reproducible and all those things are there. But still, the error is there. And this error is very small, but error is there. अभी तुमने सोचा होगा ठीक है सर कैलकुलेटर्स में एरर्स होते हैं, ठीक है देख लेते, हम लोग इंजीनियर से मतलब परख करना हम लोगों का मतलब रागों में है, तो हम लोग छोड़ेंगे क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं. देखते अगला क्वेश्चन. ओके, तो अगला क्वेश्चन देखने से पहले थोड़ा और कन्विंस हो जाते हैं व्हाई वी नीड द साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर्स. ओके, सो इट इज फास्ट. ऑलरेडी तुम लोगों ने बताया जो रियलाइज किया, and thanks to all those students because I have not here, I mean listen everyone's opinion. It is way accurate than any other devices at the same price range, must say. It is reliable because it is certified. Zero interruption, I have already talked about that. And then it is acceptable. This is very important and vital point which I want to emphasize in this class. It is acceptable to use in the examination hall, because when you'll be getting this degree, you need to do a lot of calculation at the exam time. Okay, so your ordinary mobile which you are using right now, where the data are not reliable, the calculations are not certified, and it is interruption full, and moreover this device is not allowed in the examination hall, then why should you not buy a calculator? I hope you understand why should should we require a real scientific calculators in your hand when you are starting your journey with engineering. Okay, so my next point is the calculator is accurate, but I'll be showing you what does that accurate mean. Okay, and before that, before realizing that it is accurate, another question comes to my mind. Definitely you are also thinking, so what is the problem if we do the calculation during the learning period and practice period and on that mobile, and then if we buy a new calculator just before the exam? अगर मैंने कैलकुलेशन सारा मोबाइल में अभी कर लेता हूँ, एग्जाम से पहले खरीद लेंगे, तो दिक्कत क्या है? Definitely I can understand that more than 50% of you are thinking like this, because after all it requires an investment right now. अभी बहुत काफी पैसा खर्चा हो चुका है, अभी थोड़ा और 1-1.5 रुपया जो खर्चा करना सही नहीं होगा, ऐसा मन में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ऐसा है तो इसका भी जवाब है, और इसके बारे में भी तुम्हें जानकारी मतलब तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए. ओके, तो scientific calculators are capable to work with the thousands of mathematical functions with a few number of keys with combinations. Okay, and it requires a sufficient practice to get used to. इसके साथ पूरा कैलकुलेशन में फैमिलियर होने के लिए, उसके साथ एकस्टम्ड होने के लिए तुम्हें बहुत ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. जब एग्जाम से पहले तुम खरीदोगे, यू विल नॉट गेट इनफ टाइम टू वर्क विद दिस कैलकुलेटर, टू गेट यूज्ड टू विद दिस कैलकुलेटर. तो तुम एग्जाम में जब नया कैलकुलेटर लेके जाओगे, कैलकुलेटर तब रहेगा तुम्हारे हाथ में, बट यू डोंट नो हाउ टू यूज इट, बिकॉज द फंक्शंस व्हिच इज वर्किंग इन योर मोबाइल, द सेम फंक्शंस कैन नॉट बी वर्कड आउट इन योर रियल कैलकुलेटर. ओके, मोरओवर जो कैलकुलेटर तुम यूज कर रहे हो, इसका जो बटन लेआउट है, रियल कैलकुलेटर में जो बटन लेआउट है, वो कभी सेम नहीं होता है वो जो ऐप में होता है. ठीक है, एंड कैलकुलेटर का the scientific calculators are having also some extra benefits over that mobile calculator. I'll be talking about this later on. So let's have a look on accuracy. So
Sir.
yes.
Sir, even when after the Madhyamik examination, when I have no scientific calculator, I use the mobile calculator, and I faced problems just like doing the function cube root or exponential function, just like into 10 to the power x. But after buying
you
it,
can say
I
a finite number of, finite means 5 to 6 type of problems, but the calculators are having near about, it is 991 es or fx. 991 fx means it is a function. 991 means 991 mathematical function it can handle. Okay, got the point? That
Yes, sir.
if you are not using that
Yes,
calculator properly, if you know how to use this calculator, definitely you're not able to do in the examination hall. So why we important to the exact question that I'm discussing now? So why it is so important to how to, why should we learn how to use the calculator? Because it is not an object to show off like iPhone 14, because people said still the people are showing off the iPhones because they don't even know the functionalities or capabilities of iPhone. Without knowing that and that their extreme potentiality, they're using it just to show, not to know what is there inside. Anyway, so it is an instrument to calculate complicated calculations with tons of mathematical functions with a combination of limited number of keys, and that's why it is very important to know how to get this combination to get my job done. जो मेरा मैथमेटिकल प्रॉब्लम है उसमें वो जो फंक्शन हमें चाहिए अभी के अभी चाहिए वो कितना जल्दी में कर सकते हो, और उसके लिए की कॉम्बिनेशंस के बारे में पता होना बहुत जरूरी है। इसीलिए कैलकुलेटर कैसे इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए इसके बारे में हमें पता होना चाहिए। व्हाट द पॉइंट, मैंने हमेशा बताया कोई भी चीज में सिखाने से पहले कन्विंस करना बहुत जरूरी होता है। अगर तुमने मान लो if you wish to do something and if you convinced yourself, then I know I need not to teach you, तुम खुद सीख लोगे। अगर ये हम सिखा नहीं पाएंगे तुम्हें सीखना जरूरी क्यों है, तब क्या होता है ना, एक होता है खाना होता है, दूसरा होता है खिलाना होता है। तो ये मेरा मतलब खिलाना हो जाएगा तो वो तो हम नहीं करेंगे। आई एम नॉट हियर टू फीड यू। ओके okay, here I'm here to teach you and convince to teach, so convince to learn. Okay, so it requires a real knowledge of how to use the calculator, and that's why आज का क्लास जो है, तो तब मतलब अभी 1 घंटे में मैंने क्या किया, आज का क्लास में क्यों अटेंड करूंगा इसके बारे में मैंने सिर्फ तुम लोगों को जानकारी दिया। मैंने अभी तक कुछ पढ़ाया ही नहीं, अभी तो शुरू किया ही नहीं। सो लेट्स डाइव इनटू दिस क्लास। अभी एक स्क्रीन के ऊपर क्वेश्चन दिखाई दे रहा है तुम्हें?
Yes, sir.
बता पाओगे? तुम सोच रहे हो सर साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशंस भी एरर दिखाता है? ओके, अगर हम बोलेंगे दिखाता है, तुम नोट करोगे सर ने बताया, आई मीन द टीचर सेड द साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर आल्सो डू सम एरर, एंड इससे पहले बड़ा करके एक इन लिखोगे, डॉट मार के पी एंड देन कोलन। ओके, ये हो गया चतुर्थ टाइप नोट। लेट्स रियलाइज अभी जो कैलकुलेशन विदाउट डूइंग द कैलकुलेटर, विदाउट यूज ऑफ कैलकुलेटर, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज द आंसर?
0
ओके, पप्पू पास हो गया इस बार। ठीक है, रूट ऑफ ए नंबर एंड देन स्क्वायर इज ऑलवेज दैट नंबर, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, ठीक है नहीं?
हाँ सर।
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो लेट्स कैरी ऑन द प्रोसेस। अभी इतना करेंगे तो कितना होगा? जितना रूट उतना बार स्क्वायर, इसका बाहर
2
0
ओके, ये भी लिखा होगा 0 तो पास हो गया
0 सर।
अगर अभी मोबाइल का एग्जाम ले रहा हूँ मैं, सॉरी ये इस बार आई एम टेकिंग द एग्जाम ऑफ योर calculator, do this calculation, it is looking nice but doing little weird in your mobile. Am I said correctly?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
ये देखने में जितना मजेदार लग रहा है, कैलकुलेटर में इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने जाओगे तो उतना घिसी पिटी लगेगा, बिकॉज व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, आई एम taking the root of 2 and then again root of 2, again root of 2. Keep continuing. Kitna बार? 20 times. What the point?
सर इसका भी आंसर 0 ही होगा.
देखते बेटा. ओके,
0.
अगर तुम्हारे पास कैलकुलेटर से तो तुम करके देखोगे इसका आंसर. Your brain says this answer should be 0. Your brain is absolutely
Yes,
fine.
sir. Yes, sir.
But if you implement the job with your calculator, scientific calculator, then it is not is equals to 0. Fine? It is not is equals to 0. So, what I am going to check? How can I check my error in my calculator? अभी कैलकुलेटर में एरर देता है कि नहीं, वही हम चेक करने चले थे ना, है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अभी मैं when I'm doing this calculation in my scientific calculator, it shows that this number is not 0 but is equals to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 25, but it is not 0. Got the point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is very near to 0 but not 0. मैंने बताया था, it is small but error is there. Okay. And if you do this calculation with a different model of calculators, then you'll get the same value. And that's why I have written within third bracket at the end, it is fixed for a scientific calculator. What is written over there? It is fixed. Okay. The next, I'll be doing the same job in my mobile calculator. Okay. Then I'm getting this result is 1.5 into the minus 7 on my mobile app. And even that number 1.5 into the minus 7 may vary depend on the what app you are using in your mobile. Got the point? So it is not fixed.
Yes, sir.
And if you do the same job with the help of your Windows calculator or in the calculator which is there in your PC, then you can get the value 1.5 into 10 to the minus 35, and this is also fixed. If you do the calculation in your Lenovo's laptop, in Dell's laptop, in your desktop, whatever, this value should be same. That means it is fixed. That means here both the scientific calculator and the PC or laptop or Windows, whatever, these are showing the scientific calculation because these values are reproducible. They are giving us back the same result every time. Am I right? Whereas
Yes, sir.
Whereas the mobile is not doing the same job. And that's why whatever scientific calculators you are having in your mobile are not accepted as a scientific calculator. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these data will not be acceptable by scientists and engineers as a scientific data. I hope you understood. Now, can you tell me which device is showing or which device is capable to do more accurate calculation out of these three?
Sir, PC.
Windows PC, because this error is small. So when the error will be small, the calculation will be more accurate. Am I right? And which one is worse over there on the screen?
Mobile app.
Showing the word calculation on the screen. But it depends what app you're using. If you are using the very recent app which is launched by the cashier itself, and they are selling the app on their sites with a cost which is 10 times costlier than your ordinary scientific calculators, which is already sold by cashier, then this app is showing much smaller value than the Windows also. Okay, because they are using the maximum potentiality of the processors or your mobile, and they are selling that app because this is authenticated. Calculations are given over there in this app. So this is the app which is sold by cashier, and so many other expensive companies are there, like Texas is also selling that app. So even that Texas is 100 times costlier than ordinary, scientific calculator what you can buy right now. So ये depend कर रहा है कि कौन सा app use कर रहे हो. But if I say about the authentication of the device, so device wise scientific calculator is authentic, Windows is authentic because every time the software is fixed over there, but in mobile it is software is not fixed. It is up to you, and that's why it is not reliable. Okay. One of the observation you watch over there, every time the error which the calculation is here on the top, this calculation always show that the calculation I did on the left hand side other than -2 is greater than that of 2, and that's why the error is always positive. Am I right? So my next question is, why all those 4 errors are coming out as a positive value? Can any one of you tell me the reason? Any idea?
Due to squares present in that one.
Sir, power to
It is not there
even
in the
number.
power. The
Because of the square.
No, not about the square. When you'll be doing the square, there'll be no mistake. But when you calculate the root, yeah, I have already showed you on the screen. When you'll be doing the root is just let me finish. Root 2 is an irrational number, and it is also incandescent number. Number is never-ending number. When you are calculating this number with a mobile, basically you are truncating the calculation after a certain decimal place. So you are ignoring the last digits, and that's why when you are, ignoring the last digits will be approximated, and it will be little, guys who are not talking, please mute yourself. Okay. Fine. So when you are taking the square root of a number, you are truncating the number after a certain limit and making the suppose 0.095678207. So 07 was there. I made that 0 as a 1 because I ignored 7. Got the point? So this number will be little bigger with the approximation. So when I did the square root, I did an approximation which is little larger because of the rounding of the number. And that's why when I'm squaring it, and that's why the number becomes little bigger than the original. Got the point? If not, then tell me. मैं दूसरा language में समझाता हूँ. Here everyone. Yes. So many noise are coming.
So can you repeat the answer?
Yes, definitely.
I have a question.
अभी जो नहीं समझा उसको मैं क्लियर कर लेता हूँ, उसके बाद ये जो नंबर हम लोगों ने पहले देखे थे ना, वो नंबर में क्या हुआ था, वो लास्ट डिजिट याद है जो कैलकुलेटर में वापस जाओ एक बार. Just let me go back to the calculation. Yes, ये वाला जो. Yes, ये जो स्क्रीन है इसमें देखो दिखा दे रहा है अभी इन लोगों का. Can you see the calculators on the screen?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
तो 571 point something था.
Just a minute. It is totally messed up. Okay, I cannot go back because it is so many screens are there. I'm not able to remember what was the page. So I directly cannot go back to this page. Okay, So the fact is, when you are truncating a number, मान लो ये point √2 का जो number है, I mean √2 का जो value है, ये value कितना होता है? 1.41 बस 41. But मैंने तो सुना है √2 is a irrational number and it is also the inconditioned number. मतलब 0.2 को
सर बट कैलकुलेशन के समय कुछ बुक में ये लिखा होता है।
But listen me. If I say write down the value of √2, numerical value of √2 correctly, then your entire life is not enough to write the √2 value because it is a never-ending number. It is a irrational number. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
When you are taking this inconsistent irrational number as a certain value, you are truncating that length of this number at a certain at a certain digit. It may be on 4th decimal place, it may be on 8th decimal place or whatever. So when you are taking that limit on that decimal place, तो उसका जो बाद में जो उसके बाद में जो नंबर था उसको हम क्या करते हैं, 5 से ज्यादा होता है तो अगला वाला नंबर को एक बढ़ा देते हैं, है कि नहीं?
Yes.
इसको ट्रांकेशन कहते हैं. सो व्हेन यू आर ट्रांकेटिंग, तो हमने कभी घटाते तो नहीं है, क्या करते हैं हम लोग? अप्रोक्सीमेशन के बाद क्या करते हैं? बढ़ाते. तो इसीलिए जब उसको हम बढ़ा देते तब हम स्क्वायर करने के बाद वो जो नंबर फाइनली जो आएगा वो एग्जैक्ट नंबर से थोड़ा बड़ा होगा. व्हाट द पॉइंट?
यस सर.
ओके, अभी थोड़ा मतलब लिख लेते तो थोड़ा आसान होगा, बट आई डोंट हैव द ग्राफिक्स पैड राइट नाउ विद मी. आई थॉट इट विल नॉट बी रिक्वायर्ड टुडे. ओके, अभी और एक जो कैलकुलेशन हम लोग कर लेते हैं. ओके, कभी कभार ना बहुत स्लो रन कर रहा है. एनीवे, sometimes you are more efficient than a calculator, क्योंकि ये जो कैलकुलेशन है ये कोई छोटी कैलकुलेशन हम दिखा नहीं रहा है, मगर ये जो कैलकुलेशन है इसका आंसर कितना होना चाहिए?
1.
बट इस कहानी में ट्विस्ट है. ये कैलकुलेशन 1 है, तुम्हें पता है, बट तुम्हारा जो साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर है जिसका मतलब डिंडोरा मैंने इतना देर तक पीटा, ये कैलकुलेशन नहीं कर सकते. I was telling you, you need to know the limitations of your calculator, that what maximum number your calculator may handle and what minimum number it can handle. What the point? क्योंकि ये जो मैंने नंबर दिया है ये it is not infinity but it is a finite number. So any finite numbers to the power 0 is equals to 1, everyone knows. But your calculator don't know, because your calculator can handle a maximum value of 10 to the power 100, not more than that. What the point? And that's why if you wish to do this calculation on your calculator, your calculator will pop up a error message, that syntax error. What the point? And in that syntax error, you'll try to make the number of brackets you opened and number of brackets you closed. You'll check all those things. Every time it will give you the same error, because it will not tell you the exact what reason it is not able to produce you any number or result. Because the calculator can handle a maximum number of 10 to the power 100, not more than that. And this number are having a larger value than that of 10 to the power 100, and that's why it cannot handle this number. Clear, everybody?
Yes sir.
Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so definitely you thought, sir, enough is enough. Now what model should I buy? Come to that point. Okay, so it depends on what type of calculation is required in your engineering field. If you are doing the calculation in mechanical engineering, then definitely you require the different type of models. If you are doing the calculation in scientific calculations in your computer science or computer data science or computer AIML, means artificial intelligence and machine learning. And if you are doing the calculations in IT engineering, if you are doing the calculations in electrical engineering, so every fields require the different calculator module, because every calculators are not designed to do all the jobs. Fine. So you first need to know what type of calculations you require. Okay. Next is how fast you need to get this data. अभी कैलकुलेशन में जो तुम कैलकुलेशन करने जा रहे हो इसमें तुम्हें कितना जल्दी वो डेटा चाहिए, बिकॉज सम ऑफ द कैलकुलेटर कैन डू द जॉब बट इट टेक्स समटाइम्स 2 to 3 minutes if you do the integration, if you perform the integration calculation on your calculator, then it takes sometimes 5 to 10 minutes even. Okay, and after that it may tell you that that answer, but you need to wait for 10 minutes for a single integration. So how fast you need to get this data, depending upon that the different models are coming, and that's why you need to choose that model according to your needs. And then how accurate data you require. I already told you, suppose I require a data which is basically can handle a number more than 10 to the power 100, then obviously the ordinary model what I have showed you, the Apex 991 ES model will not work. Okay, so this will not
Sir.
work. Yes.
Sir, this means 991 ms or 82 es, this all shows the number of function available in this calculator.
Yes, it is there, but the way of display, I'll be showing that thing. So way of displaying data is different, way of taking input of the data is something different, but the internal structure of calculations are same. There is another calculator, this is called the natural display calculator, where the display is little bigger. Okay, so this is the benefit of the users, but internal calculations are quite functions and everything is same. Okay, so when you are watching out a number, I'll be showing you very soon, so don't worry about it. So in natural, suppose I wish to write 3/2 as a 3/2, not 1.5. Okay, then the natural view calculator can give you the answer in the 3/2 form. So these facilities are there, but if the number is same, suppose 991 ES or MS or EX, so all models are same. The function number of functions they work with are same. Only difference is the way of input and output systems are different. What the point?
Yes, sir.
I hope you understood. Now let me come to that point. So how much precision you require, that is also another function. How many memory storage functions you require, every calculator can store a memory. Okay, you can store a number in your calculator at a certain memory location. Probably you don't know, but today I'll be showing you how to store a number and how to use that storing function in the calculation very soon. And then inbuilt physical constant, yes, inbuilt physical constants are there, like mass of the electron and the Planck's constant, and suppose the gravitational constant, if I ask that number, you cannot remember it. Suppose the Boltzmann constant value, you don't know, but every constant value which we require in our day-to-day life, near about 40 constant numbers are basically stored in your mobile. You need not to remember during the calculations. Okay, and then inbuilt equation solver. Yes, suppose you are having an equation, it is maybe a quadratic equation, it may be a cubic equation. If it is cubic, it is more difficult to solve readily, but just put the value of, suppose a x to the power cube plus b x square plus c x is equal to d. So just you place the number a b c d. I said it is a b c d is a constant value, so you just put that constant number in your mobile, setting your mobile in cubical solution mode, then you put the value of a b c d, and finally just press enter. It will be solve your problem and it will be give you value of x, x1 x2 and x3. Because it is a cubical equation, it will have 3 solutions. Immediately it will give you back the answer. Okay, so this is the facility which is there in the scientific calculator. This is called the inbuilt equation solver. Not only the cubic, it can solve the linear equation, it can solve the quadratic equation. So this kind of equation you can solve with the fingertips. Okay, it is there in the calculator. So this is the ready function which is you can use. Next is know your calculator. So now come back to the Pavilion and real world, and then I'll be showing you how to do. Okay, so just a minute, I'll be showing my screen, then only I'll be able to. Can you see the calculators over there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many
Yes,
calculators
yes,
can you
sir.
see?
Yes, sir.
One, sir.
One.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that means I have not shared my screen because I'm showing the 2 calculators. One is the, this is called the virtual calculator, and another is the, let me change my policy of the screen sharing multiple. No, this is not the screen sharing option. Where is it? Okay, just let me share it again, then it will be easy to. Yes. Can you see the different screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope now is my calculators are moving on the screen. I'm just checking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me go back to the discussion where I was discussing with the. Just a minute. This become a little sluggish. Fine. I hope you can see so many calculators over there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got the right place to place my calculators. And now for the purpose of your better vision, I'll be placing it in between. And then I'll be showing you the popped up screen with a maximum zoom. Now turn on the popped up screen. And can you see this screen? A little bigger. Because whatever I'll be, writing on this calculator, you'll be able to see on the screen. Okay, so let's, initiate. Can you see?
Yes,
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 sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
sir.
this is the natural view 991 ES model because it is the soft copy model. So the model is written on the top. It is FX 991 ES model. Okay, so its button layout will look like that. So let's come to the point where I'll be discussing about the button layouts. So first of all, more or less all the models are having similar type of button layouts, but the lesser model will have a lesser number of functions. But suppose it is 580 FX 560 or 570, then obviously 570 mathematical functions will be there. And here in this case, 991 mathematical functions are there. So you cannot say the button layouts are same, only the number of functions available in each is different. Okay, so now I'll be showing you, I'll be telling you, the button layout of this calculator. So let's have a look on that. So I'll be just keeping that screen blank so that you can watch it properly. Yes. Now look at this. So there's a number pad. Can you see my mouse where it is?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0.10, 10 to the minus, 10 to the power x, answer and equal. So all those things out of this, these 3 multiplied by 4, 12 buttons are called the number pad button. Obviously, this is not come to the exact. It is not. No one is going to ask what is the number button. But when you will be doing this job, you will be doing this calculation with the calculators. You need to know what is the number button and what is the number key. And then the basic keys are there. 9 basic keys are written over there. This is multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, answer or equal. So this answer and equal work are basically working in the same way, but little difference is there. I'll be talking about the later on. And there is another 2 button. This is called del button. Del button is basically helping us to delete any number if I written wrongly and if I add something, because above the delete button there is a button. There is a grayish word. This is called INS. It is a short form of insert. That means if I delete something, I can also insert a number in between. I'll be showing you very soon how to do this. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I forgot to write 5 and then 7, 8. Okay, then what should I do? I'll be going back to the position in between 4 and 6. How can I go back to that position? Because if I write, that will come after the 9. So that then I need to use this middle rocker button. This is called rocker button, where display is shown over there. Okay, okay, or replay is written over there. So replay will be help you. I mean, I'm not talking about the replay function. I'm just telling about the edit function. So this edit function can be done with the help of this rocker button. So I have placed the left arrow to move back. If I wish to right side, I'll be pressing right arrow. If I wish to move below, then I'll be using the button on the bottom, and the up will be help to move up. So this is the rocker button. And now I have placed my cursor at that place. But if I press del, then 4 is deleted. That means the number before that cursor will be deleted. But I wish to add, not to delete. Okay. Then cursor is there. I have already written the 4 means the 4 is coming. And now I wish to insert. And how it can be done? Every buttons and on the above of the every button, if anything is written, so this thing will be worked based on its color. So it is written the insert, but how can I make this del button as an insert button? It is a very simple to understand. Just press shift, because the shift has the same gray color as insert. Okay, and when I have placed shift, you can see on the top there is S is appearing over there on the top right corner. Can you see? S is there. So when S is shift is placed, pressed, then the ordinary key will work with the symbols written above the button. So if I now press del, it will not behave like a del, it will behave like a insert. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This del button is behaving like an insert button. That means if I press a 5 in place of that, the 5 is appearing. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
So when,
Yes,
when you are inserting a huge number with a rigorous formula, I'll be showing that very soon. Then you'll be able to know. If you do a mistake, then either you erase everything and do it again. And this calculator is helping you. Just go to that point and make that correction with this del button. So del button is a versatile application, but you need to know how to use it. And I have told you. And the function AC or off button is there. Can you tell me what is the beauty of this AC button? Can any one of you tell me?
The shift
All
plus
clear.
is equal to off
All
the
clear,
calculator.
sir.
Screen.
Yes.
All
I
clear.
can wipe out
He means
screen.
all
I can
clear.
also do this thing.
All clear.
I can also
All
do
will be clear.
pressing on button. Press the on button, it will be go to 0, or it will wipe up my screen. It will wipe up my screen. And if I press that off AC button and off button, so both the job will be done. Can you tell me what is the difference between them? I'm just giving one example. Suppose I have multiplied that number by 2 and I got this number. And if I place AC, then it is wiped up. But if I wish to get back what calculation I did earlier, then this AC button will help me to go back on the previous calculation. Yes, you can go back to the previous calculation. Got the point? I have just pressed that display button, replay button, and I have placed up and down. Because if I do another calculation, suppose I'm doing 2 multiplied by 3, I'm doing simple calculation divided by 23. Okay, it is there. And look at this. Here in this case, the number is 26, 6 by 23. So how can I get the decimal number? It is simple. S to decimal number conversion is there. Just press it, it will be showing the decimal number. Fine, everybody? So I have told you another function, a button of the another function. And now I wish to get what I did the calculation before that calculation. So for this, what should I do? I'll press AC button and I'll go back. This is the calculation I did, and before that I did another calculation. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so this is the difference. And now suppose I'm doing another, I'm pressing it again, clear button AC, and then I'm doing this calculation into 10 to the power minus 6 all the way outside of this, and then suppose there is a 7 divided by 9 was there, and then multiplication was there, and suppose this calculation is look like that. And if I don't press AC, but if I press on button, then what is going to happen? If I now press the up button, nothing is coming. At the point?
Yes, sir.
That means if you have a habit to press the on, press the on button to wipe up your screen, then you are missing so many things. And in future, when you do the calculation where the previous value is to be used again and again, then what should I do? I'll press the SC button instead of on button. Okay. Otherwise, you cannot go back to your calculation. Fine, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, I have talked about the number key button, basic mathematical keys, the delete key and the SC keys, and the difference between the on and SC key button. And then I'll be talking about the mathematical function. Now look at this. So many mathematical functions are there. Even inside the button, so many functions are also there. For example, I'm just showing. You can see the hyperbolic function HYP. Can you see HYP? If I press, suppose
Yes.
hyperbolic of a number, then if I press simply HPY function, then it is showing another name. Suppose I wish to calculate sine of hyperbolic, then what should I do? It is guiding us, but it is not telling me. You need to know it. Okay, so that means if you press 1, then sine hyperbolic will be selected. If you press 2, cos hyperbolic will be selected. Got the point? So let's press 2, then you can see, yes, it is cos of hyperbolic. And now you write 1.5 and then close the bracket and it plays equal, you'll get the number. Okay, so there are so many functions inside the button. Okay, suppose you wish to get the absolute value of this number, that means mod of this number, then what should you do? There is a function which is written above the hyperbolic function, ABS. Can you see? And there is another symbol is written. This is called C. So this A, B, C, D, E, F, M, Y, and X, all these numbers written in red colors are also have the same color as of alpha. So there is an alpha button which are having red colors, and these numbers are also having these buttons are also having symbolized by red color. So when I'll be placing alpha, then A, B, C, D, all these numbers. So this is the memory location. I'll be telling you that later on, not now. Okay. अभी हम उसके बारे में नहीं बात करेंगे, अभी जो शिफ्ट है उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो अभी इसका मान लो मुझे एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू ऑफ दिस नंबर कैलकुलेट करना है. I wish to get the absolute value. Then what should I do? I'll press shift and then I'll press the hyperbolic function, because if I press shift, this HPY function will behave like an absolute button. So it is mod of, and then you write -5 and then you put equal, it is 5. Got the point? So I have already told you how to get the different mathematical function with the help of shift key. Fine, everybody?
Yes, sir.
And now talking about the alpha key. I wish to memorize, suppose 1.414. It is the value of √2. I wish to remember at a certain memory location. So what should I do? I'll place alpha because I need to store this number. So to store this number, I'll not place alpha. Okay, I'll place del. Sorry, press alpha again, and it will go. So I'll press store. Look at this on the RCL. RCL means recall. Recall means when you'll be storing a memory, you can also recall that, and that's why generally when you're pressing RCL, it will recall the memory. But to store that button, the same button will be used. Recall button will be used because above that recall button, STO store is written. In short form, store is written. STO is written. But how it will work? Can you tell me how can I activate the store?
Sir, press shift.
Pressing
shift, sir.
Pressing shift and pressing, after that pressing recall button, it will behave like a store. And now look at this. On the top, it is showing STO. That means it is now ready to store, but it is asking for the memory. Okay. So if I press this A above that, it will behave, it will behave like a dash. It is not minus, it is dash. So it will not be stored. How can I set that location? I'll place alpha and then A. Okay. Fine. Got the point? Everybody? Yes, I'm just showing you.
Yes, sir.
1.141 and then shift and then store and then location A. Got the point?
Wait 1 second.
Yes, I'll be doing it again, little slow. 1.141, any number or any function, any calculation can be done. I'm just doing a little complicated. Suppose it is 2 by 3 multiplied by 569 divided by 23, 156, whatever. It is big number, and then I'll delete something so that you can see. And now I'll be store that number, and for this purpose I'll be placing shift and then store button and then memory location. So now when I press the store button, this A, B, C, D, E, F, G buttons are ready to press. So just to press the memory location. So suppose I wish to press it on memory location C. So it is memory location C. Got the point? And then you press equal and it is done. And if I wish to remember this number, it is 148 by 9. If you wish to get this number in decimal place, then press just S to D button. It will be show you the number in decimal way. Fine. Suppose I wish to multiply 3 by 7 into the memory which I have already stored in the location C. Fine. Then what should I do? I'll recall, and that's why I'll press recall button, and it is ready to recall the number. Okay. So I have already stored in C place, so I'll be pressing C. So recall of C is giving me the result. Okay. Got the point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this
Yes, sir.
recall and
Yes,
store
sir.
function will help me to store the number. And how many memory location place? A, B, C, D, F. There are 6 buttons, and below that there is another three memory locations. This is M, X, and Y. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
I can also suppose there is a straight line y is equals to mx plus c. I can also generate the numbers where I'll be giving the x, and automatically with the help of this y is equals to mx plus c formula, it will calculate the series of numbers of xy set such that I can set up a straight line. Okay, so that can be done with the help of x and y. I'm not going to deep into that because it will take time. Okay, so these functions are also there, and that for this purpose this xy is given. Otherwise the memory location was started from abcd, and you know that the abcds are not unknown parameters. Xy are the unknown parameter, and that's why this memory x and y is something different than that of abcd up to m. Okay, I have just told you for the sake of your information for future usage. Okay, and now we're talking about mode, how to get the different mode of calculations. Okay, you know, if you just press on mode, you are getting so many mode of calculations. Generally, if I come back, then you can see at what mode it is now working. Can you tell me? On the screen it is already showing.
Mathematical.
Yes.
Mathematical.
Yes, look at this. Here the number which I'm pressing, by default it will be considered as a degree, and that's why D is written. You can change this. Going into the diving into the menu, you can change this from the degree to radian to any other units, but it is now set on degree, and now it is ready to work with mathematical mode, and that's why its math is working. And the upper arrow is showing you did some calculation, and that is already stored. If I press on button, this arrow will go. Okay, and if I press now the upper arrow button, it is showing the previous calculation. That means when you are already did some calculation, this calculations are stored. So beside, on the right side, the arrow will show me that how many calculations are there. Suppose I have already moved up and all the calculations are stored. So now it is showing the location of my calculation. This is the bottom, topmost calculation, and below that so many also calculations are there. And that's why this arrow is downward. Okay, so if I press down, I'll get the next calculation what is stored. If I move, then I can go back. If I press again down, then I'll go to the next calculation, and so on. So these arrows are meaning like that. Okay, so come back to the mode button, and I can do some statistical calculation button, and then complex. The second one is the common calculation. Or in commerce, basically we require some calculation. In commerce mode, basically the output is basically rupee or money. So all the time you need not to say that output as a, suppose it is 5.569832 rupees. So it is meaningless. So that's why it will be truncated with the second decimal place if you set the comp mode. And then complex mode, it is showing the numbers with real numbers and imaginary part. I will come up. You know that the I means iota. It is root under -1. So that will come up when you will be doing the calculation in complex mode. You can multiply the complex number. You can also calculate the angle between the two numbers, and all those things you can do with the help of this. And then statistical, and then base. Base means you can multiply, add, subtract, do anything or any logical operation you can do setting up on the base. You can do the logic calculation with the binary, with the hexadecimal and all those things. Okay, so this by default it is set on decimal. Okay, and that's why the base is 10. Otherwise you can choose the base. It may be 2, it may be 4, it may be 6, it may be 8. So based on your decimal place, or it may be 16 or hexadecimal, you need to set this 16 for hexadecimal. Okay, now equation, if I set the equation 5, look at this. If I press 5, the equation will come up. Look at this. I already told you the equation solvers are there. Equation solvers means basically it is an pn is equals to cn. Why it is written n? Can you tell me? And what is the maximum and minimum value of n? It is a linear equation with two variables. To get the unique solution of this linear operation with the two variables.
Sir, minimum is 1.
Minimum 1, and it goes all the way up to 2 because it is a linear equation with two independent variables, and that's why to solve this equation uniquely you require two different equations. That's why it will be a1x plus b1y is equals to c1, and another equation will be a2x plus b2y is equals to c2. Fine. And similar way, this is the linear equation with the three variables, and this is the quadratic equation. This is the cubical equations. Suppose I'm going to the cubical equations, and now it is asking for the value of a, b, c. What that a, b, c means, because already it is written, it is ax cube plus bx square plus cx is equals to d. Fine. So just you place the value, suppose 2, and is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have entered the value of a, b, c, and then it is asking for d. Suppose it is 5, and then I'm solving this equation. So solve it. Yes, it is showing the x1 value. If I press again x, then it will be showing the x2 value. If I press again, then it will have a x3 value. Got the point, everybody?
Sir, how to put the values?
Yes, actually I was disconnected at that moment. I'll be showing you again. So it is asking for a1 value, sorry, a value. You know that the formula, I'm just going back mode, and then I'm setting equation 5, and I have chosen 4. So when I have chosen 4, before choosing the 4, look at this equation. It is ax cube plus bx square plus cx is equals to d. And you should remember the meaning of a, b, c, d. A is the coefficient of x cube, b is the coefficient of x square, c is the coefficient of x, and d is the constant. Got the point? So when I'm pressing 4 and equal, okay, so already it is asking for what is the value of a. Suppose it is a 2x cube. So I'm pressing 2, and then I'm pressing equal. It is asking the value for b. Suppose it is a -3. So put it -3 and put equal. Press equal, and that is asking for the value of c. Look at this. I'm pressing that value is c is 4, and I'm pressing equal, and now it is asking for value of d. And suppose it is 7, and now I'm pressing equal button for solving this equation. Okay. Okay. So it is giving a value. X1 is equals to that much. Fine, everybody. And this is the first solution, and another solution is there. Just keep pressing and keep getting these values. Is it fine, everybody? Now I'll not be doing how to solve this quadratic equation because it is two variables are there. I mean, easily you can solve it. Okay, I hope you understood. And I'll not be discussing any other. A matrix is there. If it is a 3x3 matrix or 4x4 matrix, sometimes it is very difficult to get the multiplication of 3x3 matrix with another 3x3 matrix. So it is very difficult. So better you just insert the matrix mode and set a matrix. Suppose I'm taking a matrix A and it is 1, and when I'm choosing a matrix, it is asking what is the dimension of this matrix. Okay, so it is the available menu of the dimension of the matrix. You choose any one. Suppose it is a 3x2 matrix. That for this purpose I'll be pressing 2, and it is asking the value of matrix. Okay, so every time to get back, to go to the next value, I need to press the equal button. Fine. Okay, so matrix A is already inserted, and then what you need to do, you need to again go to the setup, again matrix, and then suppose I wish to set up another matrix, matrix B, and this is also 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3 means 4. Okay, and now it is just you write something. Oh, sorry. I'm abruptly writing some matrix. I will move a little faster so that. Okay, so it is done. And now what should I do? I'll be pressing, go back to the matrix again, and I'll be doing some calculations with the help of matrix. So you can multiply the matrix and you can calculate the determinant of the matrix. All those you can do. But how to do this? Here a matrix is written. Look at this. On the number button above 4, a matrix is written. So when you'll be pressing matrix, okay, and to do this, if you press 4, so it will not work. To, I mean, use that 4 button as a matrix. What I need to do? Look at this and tell me.
Sir, shift 4.
Yes, shift
by pressing shift.
matrix 4. Yes, it is asking what you need to do. Here dot means multiplication. Okay, if I use to matrix A, then I need to press 3. That means A is taken. I need to multiply it with matrix B again, get the matrix menu, and then matrix B is stored at 4 location, and then press the button. Okay, so dimension error is there because you know that the matrix multiplication wise it should be, I have taken the 3 by 2 and 3 by 2, so it will not be multiplied because the last and first dimension should not match, and that's why it is showing the dimension error. Okay, so you can do multiplication. You can also take the inverse of the matrix, which is generally rigorous. It takes more than 2 pages to calculate, and that's why it is very difficult to do. But you can do this job with the help of calculator with your fingertips. Now I'll be moving back to the calculations, and I'll be also showing you some of the functions over there, but not on the calculator. Back onto the calculator. Okay. Okay, so let me go back to the calculation page, and sorry, let me open up the emulator again. Okay, suppose I am going to calculate this function. Okay, I'll be a little move faster so that I can show you some calculation with the help of calculators with the constant functions, because we're having near about 5 minutes to go. Okay, suppose I wish to do this calculation. I'll be move little faster. Yes, suppose I need to do this calculation. Okay, let me go down. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
Planck's constant. Where is the Planck's constant? Can you find any Planck constant in this calculator? It is not there. But this calculator comes with a flap cover, sliding flap cover. So on that cover, these tables are given. Okay, suppose it is the Planck's constant, and Planck's constant is given at the place of, let me check where it is. Yes, it is 0.6. So I'll be trying to find out the constant which is written just above the 7, and to activate the constant sub menu, you press shift and constant, and then it gives it asking what constant you are talking about. So, and that in that, I mean, cover, which is the cover of the calculator, it is written 0.6 at the position 0.6. The Planck's constant is there. So I'll be pressing 0.6. It is H. Can you see? And I need to square. Just press it square. Automatically it will come up. And then go down from this calculator. For this purpose, what I need to do, I need to multiply like this. And then I'll be dividing this number by 8. And for this purpose, sorry, a bracket is required. 8 multiplied by ME. ME means mass of the electron. It is very difficult to remember, but it is very easy to find. Shift and constant, and you press 0.3 because the 0.3 is the mass of the electron, and it is square also. It is there, and just press it down. And I'm not doing the calculation. 3 into the root 3 into let me do this. Okay, it is 3 into, sorry, let me write 3 first. 3 into root of 6.5 Tell me 6.54 into 10 to the power 28, and then bracket closed, and then whole to the power cube. So that is cube, bracket closed. So this is the answer. Okay.
Sir, there is by pi.
Oh,
Yes.
pi is there. So for this purpose, what should I do? I'll be move up and go back. Okay. Yes, I missed pi. Then I'll put insert and then divide by pi. And again, the pi is there, shift and then 10 to the power minus 6. And I got to do this thing. Okay, let me erase one. I think now it is fine. Okay, clear everybody?
So how we are getting the contents for?
Yes, so this table is available with every calculator. A flap cover is there. So on that cover, these tables are already there. Okay. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you can find the calculation like this. Let me now. In our physics lab, those guys are having physics and first year lab. We will be doing this calculation with the help of this formula. So this working formula written at the bottom, as you can see, Eg is equals to 2k ln by something. This is a very difficult formula, but if you try to calculate every time, you need to put the values every time. But if you make a plan, then with a minimal number of insert, that means you need to insert the data only for how many data are there? 15, 16 data are there. That means only 60 times you need to put the data. Rest of the calculation will do the calculator automatically and scientifically. Okay. For the lack of time, I'll not be able to show how to do this calculation with a very scientific way. But I have already told you 80% of the knowledge what you need to apply over there. Okay. So that you can do this calculation. And whenever you'll be coming back to the college, then you'll be also able to know how to plot the data. And for this purpose, a separate video will be shared when you'll be coming to physics lab. And I think a graph plotting concept was already shared by your PSC set. And now there is a straight line portion. You need to understand this because at that place I need to find out the slope according to my problem. And then I need to find the a triangle at this linear position and find the height and base length and take the average slope value and do the calculation, and in that cases you can find out this value like this. Okay, and when you'll be writing the data, your sir already told you what is the absolute error, what is the error in the calculation. So all those things will be written in a very precise manner. That means precise manner means when you're calculating something, you need to report the value with a certain limit. Certain limit means how much error is written or how much error is involved. That should be written with the plus minus value. And that is the absolute error, which is written or which is basically reported in the engineering field like this. Okay, I hope you understood. And when you'll be coming to the college, then we'll discuss more on that topic. Now I'm going back to Shivnarayan sir. Shivnarayan sir. So I'm not getting you. So please come and make.
Sir, which type of calculator will I have to buy?
Scientific calculator. I already told you. You try to find in.
I mean the model number of this.
Yes. I already told you in what streams you are, and how much precision you want to have. So depending upon that, the model number will be chosen. Okay, if you are for the safe side, if you buy 991, yes, then it is fine, absolutely fine, because most of the functions it is there. And if you wish to, try to buy its little lesser value, little lesser model, then it costs near about 1 to 200 less, but it will not have a huge function over there. Okay, so it is totally up to you. If you wish to get the only required things, then you can go to the 970 ms or 82 ms. So depending upon your choices, you can choose anything. Okay, but if you are mechanical engineers and if you are the electrical engineers, I advise you to buy 991 ES or MS.
So I am in CSE department.
then 570 is good enough.
Okay, sir.
Sir, what about
82
EC?
but I have there was there is
Yes,
lack of
Yes,
functions.
obviously, it is only 82, and that's why, you know.
Sir, I have 82 MS from my school time. Can I use that? I am from CSC AIML.
82. It's fine, but you need to struggle with, because here the display is something different. You know, a natural display is not there, and that's why it is very difficult to find. I mean, find the mistakes where you did. Okay.
Sir, I am in CSE.
Sir,
I
for
have
EC?
is it enough?
In CSE, what